Hi, I'm Kelly King from CRK Training, and in today's video we're going to go over ground tying. So ground tying is a skill that I really like my horses to have for several reasons. One, I'll usually teach them to ground tie in the barn for grooming and tacking up before I start cross tying them. Just because it gets them used to standing quietly, gets them disciplined about not, constantly moving and fidgeting around. And also it's just really handy to be able to come in, drop the rope, give it a little tug and tell the horse to stay and be able to do whatever and have them stand and wait nice and quietly. So how I usually start this, I like to use a long rope. You can even use like a really long lunge line, which is nice. And basically what I'll just do is drop it on the ground, and I'll do something that you kind of develop a cue for what you want the horse to do. So for me, I'll usually just give them a little pull. Sometimes I'll tell them stay, or it's not even so much the word that I train them to, but it's just kind of the look and the intention that I give them before I walk away. Now as I train this, if he starts to follow me, I'm going to correct it. Now you'll see in the beginning I'm going to correct it pretty softly a few times, and then I'm going to start to correct it a little bit stronger. So you can start with just this, that I'm making him stand and I'm stepping just a few feet away from him and essentially not paying attention to him. I'm kind of doing something else, talking here, fidgeting with my tools or whatever, and the horse learns to stand without the attention being right on him. Again, if they move like he did there, you just correct it, put them back where they were, give them that little tug, tell them stay, give them the look, whatever your little cue is, and then move away again. So basically the reason that these long ropes are really great for this too is because to the horse, he's just kind of not really loose, but he's got the rope on the ground, but you can still hold the end of it while you're training him so that if he does start to move off, you can obviously still stop him, because if they learn that they can run out of the barn as soon as you drop the rope, they're going to definitely try it again. What's really great too, like I mentioned, if you use the long lunge lines, is you can even practice stuff like I'll walk into my tack room here, and with those really long lunge lines, I can still be holding the lunge line as I'm in there. And if he does start to make his way out, I can obviously still have the line to stop him, come back out and correct him. So this is just something that just takes a lot of consistency, practicing it, and being really picky with it. And by being picky, I just mean that he stands still. Besides just maybe a step or two kind of repositioning or rebalancing himself, if you let them take a few steps forward, they're going to take a few more, and soon they're going to be out your barn door. So just be really picky with, you want them to stand exactly where you put them. This is also really good for horses that are fidgety during grooming or that have trouble in the cross ties, because again, it just teaches them to stand quietly here. And when I'm starting this with a new horse, I'll start small. So I'll start with, not going too far away from them and not asking them to stand here for more than maybe, 3 or 4 minutes in the beginning. And then I'll just build on that time that I expect them to stand. And then once I start to feel more comfortable with them, then I can just drop the lead rope here on the ground as I'm working around here. And you have to never mind Mikey's drooling. We have our clover drools on all the horses this week. So you can see how nice this is that he just stands quietly when I'm here brushing him. I can do the same thing when I'm tacking him up and everything else. Now I'm just going to go a little bit farther away to see if he kind of makes a mistake and moves, just so I can show you one more time how I correct it. So even that, I'm going to correct him, and then I'm going to try to move away again. So you see, as they start to learn this, you can actually correct them without even having to, like there, I didn't even have to grab the rope. I just kind of gave him the look, and he knew what it meant. So I'm just going to go back in here a little farther so he can't see me, test him out a little more. Okay, so Mikey's done this. He's been doing this for about a month, And you can see it doesn't take that long, and really it's, like I said, it's just the consistency, and you can get your horse to do this really well. It doesn't matter, I don't care how fidgety he is now or how sure you are that he's just going to run right out of the barn. Try it, be picky, do short periods of time, and I think you'll be surprised with how well your horse can do this, and how much you're going to enjoy having this skill. So we'll see you back next week.